All right, to any man out here watching this post, I want you to quit crying about love. If you bought that Disney story, then that's on you, and they sold it to you, and I'm sorry that they sold it to you, but you shouldn't have bought it.
What makes modern dating challenging for men?
There's a number of things. I think, first of all, what makes modern dating challenging for a lot of men is their over-reliance on dating apps. We know that in the last 10 years, the number of relationships that have been initiated through apps has just skyrocketed. I think more than half of new marriages, the couple met on an app. And that's up from just 10 years ago. It was maybe like 15%. So it's like over tripled in the last decade. And I think it's probably still going to increase for some time to come. There's nothing terrible about dating apps, but it is generally not a great idea to use dating apps exclusively. If people are going to use apps, I think that it should be just one avenue among several different possibilities. So I think too many men are exclusively relying on dating apps.
Dating apps became nothing but attention farms. Cheap dopamine, no intention. Women swipe to feel wanted, not to build anything real. Good men get ignored while the jokers get all the shine. Every rejection they dish out only feeds their illusion of power. Love turned into a scoreboard, not a bond. And now, men are finished playing. They've walked off the field completely.
All right, I'm gonna be brutally honest right now. The reason modern dating is so bad right now is because of men. Men simping over these women. Look, I'm not talking about the guys who just treat their women really well. I'm talking about the guys who are giving their time, energy, effort, money, resources, giving validation to these girls who don't fucking deserve it, who are doing nothing to earn it, but she's a pretty face, and it makes you feel good because you have a little bit of access to a pretty girl. So you can tell all your friends, like, yeah, we talk all the time, but yet she's going and screwing somebody else. And then a guy comes along and actually requires something out of her, requires her to put in effort. And what does she do? She runs. Why shouldn't she? She already has 10 dudes simping over her, waiting to buy her nails, begging her to wine and dine her. 100 messages on that selfie she posted, and you're right there with them. Stop being a number. Be different. You don't give free validation to somebody who doesn't earn it. Give your fucking time and energy and effort into somebody who's going to match it. Simple as that.
Exactly. Loyalty's dead, and everyone's addicted to fast thrills. Real connection, lost beneath edits, casual flings, and constant validation seeking. Dating today is chaos wrapped in noise, and authenticity is a language people refuse to speak anymore. No wonder men are stepping back. They're done translating lies into love.
All right, to any man out here watching this post, I want you to quit crying about love. If you bought that Disney story, then that's on you, and they sold it to you, and I'm sorry that they sold it to you, but you shouldn't have bought it. You need to realize that men make rules, and if anyone is saying that somebody can't do something or can do something, there's going to be some type of backlash about it. You have to realize that everything's temporary. She's not going to be yours forever as a man. The richest men in the world get cheated on, and even the most prettiest guys in the world or handsome guys in the world get cheated on. Just understand that those are the cards that have been dealt to you in life at times, and understand that it's just the game. We have plenty of strengths as men. Love and romance just is not what we are built for, and it's not the game that we are going to play. If you choose to play that game, know that it's going to come with some ups and downs and lefts and rights and consequences. But ultimately, you should just be building yourself as a man, bettering your body, your brain, and financially making sure that's okay. If you build your garden, butterflies will flock to it, and you won't have to search for anything. Aha!
Modern dating is all wrong. Guys, the reason I have such a bone to pick with typical dating and hooking up is because although fun on paper, you realize very soon that not only does it offer you nothing, but it corrupts the very existence you know yourself to be as. As men, we have a vital role to play, and if you continuously degrade yourself, throw that away, you are not only doing yourself, your woman, but God a disservice. You've come this far for that? That's your idol? That's what you live for? That's it? I would implore you to leave this degenerate dating pool, to come back home and find out, what are you really made of? Who are you in there? Once you figure this out and make that your god, that your idol, I believe everything else, women, dating, money, finances, will all figure itself out because you have a driving force.
That's the uncut reality. Hookup culture drains. It never delivers. Chasing bodies without meaning leaves nothing but emptiness. Discipline and monk mode aren't losses. They're the grind that hardens men into something greater. Build yourself, block the noise, and watch real rewards fall into place on their own.
One of the biggest complaints that we get from guys that are in the dating marketplace is the flake rate. Women plan a date with them, oh, I'll come out with you, blah, 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 and then she doesn't show up, or she doesn't respond to text or whatever. Anytime a girl flakes on a guy, what it simply means is something better came along. And thanks to the internet, thanks to Instagram, thanks to dating apps, etc., which dating apps heavily favor women, by the way. Guys absolutely fail dating apps. Only about 5% of guys even get swiped right in the first place. Women have more abundance than ever before, and they have more options than ever before. And I don't think guys understand. We've interviewed 2,500 women now at this point on our show. And what I've come to realize is the abundance of options that modern day women have is absolutely influenced how they view the opposite gender. Most women, unfortunately, do not respect most men. Most women think most men are below them.
Then it hits the average man. Any woman lingering on dating apps is just being passed around like a party favor. The illusion of exclusivity is gone, the mystery stripped bare. He sees it for what it is: recycled attention, recycled bodies, nothing new under the sun. That's when men check out completely.
How old are you?
I'm 40 years old.
What do you think the issue is with modern dating right now?
I mean, too many men hurt a lot of chicks to where they don't want to commit really. And so there's just this weird fear of like commitment. So everyone's transactional. They'll meet you in the middle if you do it first. Instead of both people coming in as an outward flow of love and attraction, one person's like, okay, you show me your hand and then I'll show you mine. So everyone's kind of playing like they're conditional. Like if you meet my conditions, I'll give you what you want. Instead of both people just being an outward flow of what each other would want.
But I thought it was just women and children who got unconditional love, whereas men were only loved under the condition that they could provide something.
Yeah, and that's true. Why would a man expect a woman to understand what he goes through as a man to be able to provide? She can't. So she could never fully comprehend how to love him correctly if he's looking at as respect as love. How can she respect you in a way that she doesn't even understand what to respect? She's never put that much work in.
This man laid it out perfectly. Steady, clear, no arrogance, no pleading. Just facts. Modern love is transactional. Women stay as long as the perks keep coming, not when trials hit. The moment he slips, admiration disappears. Hard lessons carved that truth into him. Unconditional love, that's nothing but a myth now.
I think society as a whole has really damaged a lot of men emotionally.
I think so too.
And because they want us to be masculine, but they don't want us to have toxic masculinity. And then the definition of toxic masculinity swish-swashes all the way around. And then the general consensus of so many is just like a man being a man is toxic.
Yeah.
So they emasculate a lot of men, and then men already feel invisible as we get older. Mm-hmm. Because girls are so, I forget who I had this conversation with. Was it Handsome Homebuyer? That was my boy, Handsome Homebuyer. He was on the podcast a while ago, and we had this conversation. He didn't feel the same way as I do, but I feel like from speaking to men, from seeing the interactions online with men, mm-hmm. you could get an average girl from the middle of Nebraska.
Yeah.
And once she back in the day, she would get the attention from everybody in Nebraska.
Yeah.
But now, because of social media and all this, she now has access to the top 1% of men around the entire globe. And they find her attractive, or they find a quality about her that they like, and they'll fly her out. And now that ruins that girl.
Yeah.
And it also makes the 99% of other men look like shit.
Yes.
And then when it's consistently broadcasted on all social channels,
yep.
Look what this guy did for me, flew me out here, blah, blah, blah. You see the girls that are single going courtside. You know, there was a girl that I was very interested for a little while, like a year or so ago. Courtside all the time. You see her courtside. As a man, you start going,
What is she doing?
Yeah, who's paying that?
Yeah, who's paying?
Because I'm sure she can afford it. She had a nice job, but courtside multiple times a month? Which athlete she fucking?
Yeah.
Like that's where you start to think.
That's where your brain goes.
So we go back to kind of just like men as a whole. Women are constantly noticed.
Yes.
Whether for the right reason or the wrong reason doesn't
yes.
matter.
Yep.
They're constantly noticed.
And we're constantly attention seeking too. We'll say
and especially social media, attention seeking. I showed my mom a girl on like this Spanish girl online. It was just, but she looks like a white Spanish girl.
Okay.
I just showed my mom. I was like, who wouldn't even think she's Spanish? And my mom's like, oh, she's beautiful. I was like, yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And I showed her another video and she just goes, oh, another one of these. Everything's a selfie. Everything's the fucking the fit check. Like, yeah, we get it.
Men are branded as dangers just for showing up, while women skate by unchecked. Even something simple like swimming alone at a public pool can slap a man with the creep label. Hypergamy today? Completely unhinged. Being a good wife holds no value anymore. Most just chase the ring and the status. Men carry the blame while women collect the rewards, and the imbalance is wild. Now women scream that men have checked out of dating completely. The irony? These are the very women who drove men away with arrogance and sky-high demands.
The biggest scam in modern dating. Women are aware that young boys raised in single mother households have a high probability of becoming insecure and emasculated or becoming an adult male, and women are still electing to become the custodial parent, regardless of the damage done to these young boys. So what happens when these young boys become adults and enter the dating market? Women in the dating market call them weak, with no grace and no consideration that this man was made by the likes of you. They deny him and he gets no chance at dating. Now check this out. Men are aware that young girls raised in single mother household has a high probability of being loose and ultimately becoming single mothers. So what happens when these women enter the dating market with this baggage? Men respond with grace and consideration because they also came from similar situation as these women. They accept her and she still gets her chance at dating. And these men are continuously becoming stepfathers. Women have no grace or compassion for men who come from single mother households. This is the biggest scam in modern dating. See you on the next one.
The mental breakdown hitting men today is massive, yet the world acts like it doesn't exist. We debate every issue under the sun, but men's pain gets buried. Look for voices addressing the raw truth of male struggles. You'll barely find any. It's ignored, uncomfortable, and long overdue. This silence keeps fueling the crisis. Men keep slipping through the cracks, while everyone stays quiet. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.